Good evening, good morning, good night, and good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and others. This is another scene in the living world of darkness, Mage from the Ashes. And today we have found Ava. Ava is
Hi.
enjoying herself in complete isolation with the tentacle arm.
Mm-hmm.
The tentacle arm has grown noticeably smaller over the past day. It's not as active as before, nor as lewd or weird. It's just there. It's just a arm doing an arm things. And it's while she's probably, I don't know what she's doing, if she's like reading a book or something. When
Yes, probably.
she's
Library and everything.
yeah. It's like in the late afternoon. When she will suddenly hear a knock on the window. Boom. Like boom, boom. It's not like a hand knocking, but it's like a boof, boof to the window.
On the window? Okay. Well then at least she's not in the library because,
No, no, she's in a room
basement.
probably. What
Yeah. So she'll just kind of curious, walks over to the window and looks outside.
what what she's gonna look is like it's like a ball, a floating metal ball with a big like round screen. Like it's like a floating eye. And
Oh, for fuck's sake.
it just it's some sort of drone. Obviously, it's just floating there in midair, looking at you.
Ava
Testing.
just crazy.
You cut out. I didn't hear you.
Oh. Well, the first thought that's going through her mind is fuck, technocracy.
Yes. What did you
Um,
What did she do when she has this thought?
Probably kind of very quickly close the curtains.
The tentacle is going to try and go up into Ava's mouth for a second before trying to then open the window.
I mean, backing away, backing away, backing away out of reach of the tentacle.
So the
Curtains, at
tentacle,
least.
the curtains cannot reach the curtains. Well,
No.
the tentacle is then going to kind of look insulted and just like boom right into your mouth. It's just hanging out there. You can just take it out.
Yes, you will. Like, with her other arm grab, it's like, stop that!
It tastes like book pages, by the way.
And Ava will go to, like, the roof,
Just going
like
up
the
to the roof.
garden.
Yeah, up to the roof garden. The drone will fly up and land on the roof.
Want out.
Like as the lands, like tiny metal spider legs will extend out. It will just
What
stand there on the roof.
what are you and how did you get through our barriers?
The screen,
Because
like
so far the technocracy hasn't actually been able to, get on the chantry.
yeah, the drone will flicker a bit before like a hooded face is like a dark like hooded face is like on the drone screen eye. Like I'm a representative of the virtual adepts actually. And nice thing about having a virtual adept in the chantry is that you can bypass the firewalling here. I do not think that it's the most. I don't think this chantry is properly protected. By the way, I think that finding this place is will be too easy soon enough, based on what I've seen of the defenses of the place. But whatever. You are the social representative of your cabal, yes?
Mm, I was kind of staying quiet for a moment and then asks, before I answer that question, who's the member of your tradition that resides in this chantry?
Tasha is in range she usually goes by.
All right.
But I mean, like if I was an infiltrator from technocracy or something else, I could have just told you that. And I will also just point out that if the technocracy could send one drone in here, they would have already stormed the place, considering how aggressive they've been in New York. But anyway,
Yes, I figured that. And yes, I am the
The,
representative for our cabal.
yeah, the drone is just gonna clang along. Dun, dun, dun. So it's closer. And is it nice arm you got there, by the way? I'm sure that's useful for things. Anyway, you can't entirely get out of its like a lecherous like tone to his voice or not, because it's like it's garbled. Actually, it's a garbled computer voice.
Yeah.
But considering it's a virtual adult, you might guess that that was what
Mm-hmm.
toward. But anyway, it's going to the drone's going to turn again. We have discovered an issue that's a wide-ranging issue that with part of the technocracy, and we would ask your cabal's help and assistance with it. It's a bit complex, so it pops out like a flash drive. The relevant information will be on this flash drive for you to discuss and see if you want to help out.
All right.
We can
Um,
we can come to terms about potential payment or not, if you want.
of course. How much time would we have to consider your
I'll
request?
give you a week or so. It's a pretty urgent matter overall to get it resolved, or at least begin working on it.
Mm-hmm. Of course. How do we get into contact again? Will you be here, or do we have
I
another way
will
of?
no, in the files on the flash drive. There will be an email address so you can contact me via that.
Very well. We will take it in consideration and we'll get back to you in a week
Indeed.
or sooner.
By the way, love the hair. You can see it like a thumbs up. So see you around. The drone is going to take its legs back in, roll back like a ball, and then up. And
Uh,
yeah,
Ava does get like cheeks flaring red when she gets a compliment.
yep. And it's like anyway, like the drone just like looks around. You can see like it just like zzz, zzz. And yeah, do check out security here. I would be worried if I were you, especially considering how many new enemies you've gotten of late.
Mm. Um, New enemies of late?
Oh, we have. I don't think it's we are the information tradition. Don't think we don't know about uh, your new cosplay brigade that's been attacking.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
took out
Yes,
a pretty potent member of tradition. That's for certain, or of the Verbena tradition. That's for certain.
indeed. Yes, that is quite problematic.
Uh, really is. Now, I will. After meeting you, I will definitely have to come around more often. The drone, it doesn't wink because it only has like its one eye, but it's sort of like zzz, like this. So it's kind of like it's like the drone equivalent. Anyway, see you around. I'll stop, and then poof, you just fly away. So that was rude.
Awkward.
That's awkward rudeness that you could only get from a complete chatty
Virtual adept.
thing. So do you want to uh, check out the hard drive now, the flash drive now, or do you want to wait?
um, I'm gonna quickly roll curiosity for that because
Yeah, I would say this is an 8, considering like you get like a secret flash drive with an offer. Okay, this
right.
is
I just realized that I accidentally God damn it, I need my Discord. I don't even have to cheat up. That's this is fine. Um I don't have my sheet up, I don't have my Discord up. This is gonna take some time. Luckily I do have Discord on my phone, which is faster than on my computer.
Yes, Discord is sometimes is like it's not like the nicest friend sometimes. Anyway,
Yeah.
roll the dice. Ooh,
Uh, it's willpower, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Da, 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 da. I have an 8.
you have an 8.
An 8, yeah. One single
Well,
8.
then you aren't forced to, but there's nothing like stopping you from
Uh-huh.
there. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it wouldn't hurt to take a peek,
No, it wouldn't.
you
You
know?
probably will. Yeah. She's just gonna, quickly just be like, okay, if I need to introduce this to the others, I kind of need to know what's on there because, I need to at least kind of quickly explain. So, yeah, just get a summary of sort of what
Okay,
they want. So, yeah, she's gonna check it out.
yeah. So the thing it seems is that uh, the syndicate convention and among the in the technocracy have started a pretty radical but at the same time dangerous new project where they are making what the book refers to as uh, corporation nodes inside of video games, which means it's partially in the digital web and partially just on the internet. Like, it's apparently like they can extract and convert virtual resources into not only money, like they can convert like video game money into real money, they can also draw quintessence from that process, which means that they're able to fund and supply uh, technocratic operations on a global scale without having to go through a lot of the hurdles of the financial market or the physical limitations of having to actually visit the premises for certain things. The the way they've done this is unknown. Like it's known that the syndicate uses a very different interpretation of crime that gives them access to special forms of nodes, hereby known as corporation nodes. But they don't have any experts on this, so they can't exactly judge the process. What they do know is that they need to take this out, which is why virtual adepts cabals are trying to start attacking these as a corporation nodes inside of the games. But they can't hit everything. Therefore, outsider cabal with known members who are able to deal with computers like this one are asked to potentially join in on it. And then you can discuss prices and such. This is a contract job issued by the virtual adepts. So that's
Hmm.
interesting.
Um, yeah, Alba will kind of, glance over this. She sort of gets what is going on, but Alpha's never been that computer savvy, so she's soon like, oh, okay, yeah, I get this, yeah, I understand this. Nausicaa probably understands this better than I do,
Yeah,
so she will send Nausicaa like a text, saying that she has something that Nausicaa will absolutely have to see,
yeah.
and yeah, we'll then take out the hard drive from her computer and be like, okay,
Yeah.
curiosity satisfied.
That's that curiosity has indeed been satisfied, and you can see like the tentacle seems to have like been for the most part very like silent and resting while this has been going on, but you can see like it seems to just suddenly like flail, and it starts shivering. Like, I mean, Ava is a naturally empathetic person. She can see
Hmm.
like the tentacle seems afraid of something,
Oh, he doesn't want to go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
and you can see it slightly shrink. The tentacle,
Oh.
the tentacle is just going to belly like up to Ava and just start stroking your face and hair,
Mhm.
and just go down and just like. boop. It doesn't go actually into the eye, but it just like goes
Come
over.
on, make me feel sad about a bloody tentacle. God damn it.
And it's just gonna pop into your mouth. Essentially, the tentacle is just gonna like in panic go all over Ava, like from top to toe, everywhere. It's just, and you notice it shrink more and more as you do so.
The thing is, she has no idea how to help it.
Well, but what does Ava feel at this moment?
I mean, she didn't. She didn't. She wasn't happy about the tentacle. Like it was. It was basically a fuck up. But
It had a lot of
if,
personality.
like I said, if it actually has a personality, she will probably feel bad. Yes.
Yes, I mean, you know for a fact it does because it like does things, and it is
Mhm.
slightly sassy, and you know it's touchy feely and everything because it's tentacle. But anyway, eventually you can see the tentacle. It's about as long as a hand at the end after having gone over, like basically touched everywhere it can reach on armor for no discernible reason. Like, by the way, this is the middle of the like common area, whatever you've been looking at the
Uh,
future. So potentially awkward for anyone who might watch this. It's just like tentacles just like going up and wrapping around your arm and going everywhere. It's just like a
I
big,
mean, Ava will definitely come a sort of comfort in a way the tentacle, like
yeah,
especially if it has like a personality. It's sort of like a pet,
yeah.
even though it's weird because it's attached to her. But she if it's really like afraid and awkward, or like Ava will probably try and comfort her or
Yeah.
it or
And then eventually, like you can see the tentacle, like it's just the size of a normal hand. You can start seeing it shiver. It's almost like it's screaming. You can't.
Mm,
It shivers like it's like the entire ripple. It's ripples like it's made out of jelly, and then it shrinks, and all that's left is your arm stump with a slightly like reddish tint on the skin of where that hand would start. And there's like you can, because like the tentacle was covered in letters as well, not
mhm.
words. You could see BY being the last two letters, like slightly. It's almost like a very, 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 very faded tattoo, like on your arms up.
Mhm.
So that's the end of that paradox flaw in the tentacle. Now you only have a one-handed thing going for you.
Yeah. I mean, Ava on the one hand is sort of relieved, because this was awkward, but this is now also the first time that she actually like really looks at the fact that she doesn't have a hand anymore, and that just feels weird. Like it should be there. She is definitely regretting what she has done, but she didn't really know how to stop it otherwise. Um,
I
she
mean,
doesn't really know how to deal with the fact that she only has one hand. Like what?
one hand, and that the hand she has been having all her life just melted away after having been
Mhm.
transformed into a tentacle.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. Yeah.
So really, the thing that was experiencing existential dread and screaming as it went
I
was
mean,
your
that's
hand.
also, yeah, but that's also a thing. Like, like
Your,
it was in pain, and she was like, oh god, so I don't know how to deal with this, and she's sort of relieved and then feels guilty about the fact that she feels relieved because obviously it was scared. But how could it have been scared when it was her hand? This is confusing.
her hand didn't want to go.
Yeah. Oh god.
It was given a new chance, and now it didn't want to go.
Throwing Doctor Who at me. I don't want
Yeah,
to go. Ah.
yeah. Now Ava has that whole situation.
Yeah, there is a very, very good remedy against this.
What's that?
Vodka.
Vodka. Is the vodka the remedy she chooses?
Oh, yes.
How much vodka?
Probably a lot.
Is she going to like if she drinks a lot of vodka, is she like, okay, I'm just asking for in the case of like, does she go out Is she like
No.
she doesn't go out and like drown her sorrows or paint the town red or anything?
I mean, the kitchen has enough vodka.
Yeah.
It's
So
probably left over from Boris.
she's just toast, and that's also someone you have to be sad over now. She's
Yeah.
drinking vodka, the last of Boris's vodka.
She's not gonna drink the last of it,
Well, most of it.
but she's gonna drink of it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like before she got to start drinking, she probably just gonna, you know, get the flash drive and kind of hang it in a bag on Nausicaa's door.
Yeah. And as she's about to stumble back to her room, just as a little bit of a finish, you can see like Dee Dee has fallen, like is fallen over and lies on the floor, shivering. As you can see that like its condition, whatever is going on, is getting worse because underneath the skin you can see longer, much thicker worms triggering, and
Oh no!
he's almost paralyzed. Just lies there shivering as like the worms grow. Getting new scars on his flesh as he tries to rip them out.
Oh,
What does drug Alva do?
cry.
Just being
She's
responsible.
not a useful drunk person.
So she just cries and goes to her room.
She's probably gonna try and help Dee Dee as best as she can.
Yeah. And how does that? Like he doesn't seem to be able to talk. Mostly because he has worms growing out through his mouth.
Jesus. I mean, mind connection is a thing, even though that might be a bit drunk, but mind connections are a thing, and she'll
Well,
probably try and get him to his room.
okay. First roll Arete. I would say there's a in addition to the normal, it's a +2 difficulty here because you are
Yeah,
drunk. So
yeah, that's fair. Let me see. Let me see. Discord. Well, there's a 9.
Yes, there's a 9, but that's not enough. Yeah, roll
No,
again.
that's not enough. Yeah, I know. There's
Yeah,
a 10 and an 8.
yeah, that's enough.
Cool.
Uh, that's good. Could you roll me willpower? Difficulty 9.
Oh boy. Sure. Yeah. That's gonna go down well, I'm sure. Wow. That's 3 successes.
That's 3 successes. You managed to keep your sense of self as because Dee Dee's mind is basically crushed underneath the worms, who you notice are more. Like usually it's like 20 worms, but now there seems to be more minds going on. Like we're talking up in like 30 different worm minds now. And
Hmm.
and an intense hunger and like it's kind of weird. It's like a call it we could call it a reproductive imperative. It's like make more, make more, make more, like of you, like hits your mind while you're linked in the mind, and you're like you can completely resist this at least at first, as you basically are getting all of the now 30 worm minds just screaming in unison to eat and reproduce. So that's something.
Mm.
What do you do about this?
The thing is, oh god, there's really not much Alva. Okay, fuck it. There's one thing she can do, and she's drunk.
Oh, what is he going to do?
The only person that has enough life magic to pull something like this off is Adriana.
Yeah, she stays in Boris's old room.
Uh, so yeah, Ava is going to knock on the door.
Um, you can the door was just going to like wide open, and you can see Ariana's like tall, black, just emo self is just standing in the doorway and looks at you and be like, "Yes, what do you need?"
I mean, Ava is still kind of like connected to all those mines, and is drunk, and is doesn't have her hand anymore, and just said farewell to a tentacle, which was strangely emotional. So she's sort of crying and kind of blubbering, and is like, "Please help me, Nini is dying, and I don't know what to do, and you are probably better at like giving him like what he needs,
And
and I
and
don't know what to do anymore.
I
I
think it's
just fuck up."
I figure it's just slightly gonna like touch your. She's gonna just slightly touch your. Tell me calmly, please. But I can't help you.
The Didi, the alien life form that we found, he's dying because his basically children are eating him up from the inside, and he needs like sort of a genetic reproduction of his own biomass to.
Yes, we don't need the technocracy terms here. He needs flesh to put the worms in. But I thought this was a cabal matter. I was told that I was not to deal with this.
But I don't know who else can do this.
Well, I mean, I can help. It is not what I was sent here to help with, but I mean, I can do the cabal a favor now and then, or I can do you a favor at least. I'm sure.
I'll
Now,
I'll do whatever you want in return. Like, please just help him.
well, when I can always, how can I say no to someone saying please? I'm going to take care of it. And he's gonna just go up, and she's just gonna grab Dee Dee's body and just like hoist it up with one arm and just carry him back into the room. By the way, can Ava roll willpower again?
Oh boy. Ah, is it still Div 9?
It's still diff 9.
Okay. I still got 2 successes.
Yeah, the urge is gotten even stronger, and you actually would have needed 3 to complete it. But like, so you get even like it's like as someone touches Dee Dee's flesh, you get the worms get even more like agitated and excited, and you can just hear them scream to eat and reproduce more and more, and like it fills up your mind, but it's not complete. So you're not like forced to do anything, but like that, you're like that like desire is just like implanted in you. So you get very hungry. And the other thing, so that I don't know how to like accurately reflect that because it's not like lust or anything. It's just like make more of you. It's the thing.
Um.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, is Adriana just kind of like going and then just leaving Ava to do as she wants, or is she kind of like expecting Ava to be there?
She didn't show either way. To say either way, she's having the door to her room is open though.
I think Ava's just kind of like, because this was the thing that the tentacle apparently did. So I think Ava's just kind of gonna put the stump of her like, right hand, kind of like in her mouth, not necessarily entirely because that would just look silly, but she's kind of just putting it close to her mouth, kind of like in front of her mouth. Not necessarily licking on it, but very close.
Why is she licking her arm stump?
Because it's like sucking your thumb, except that she's
Yeah.
not using. Yeah,
I mean, the tentacle did that so probably often. So you know, the habit has been formed.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's something.
I'm not gonna say it's weird. It's not weird. It's totally weird. But hey, she's drunk. She has the urge to eat stuff, and specifically, sort of herself. And
Well, she specifically has the urge to eat stuff and make kids, like in general. Like
yeah,
when you thought of it, not like lust, but like just like
I mean, then sucking on something makes a lot more sense, even.
yes. So that's just that the arm stump comes in useful. It becomes useful again.
Yeah. Yes.
It serves a purpose,
Oh, oh boy.
and you can. You could see like in from Ariana's room that she's like preparing a bowl, like several like a cauldron, and she cuts up Dee Dee's arm and like drips blood into the water of the cauldron and starts spinning it while she pours in herbs and the like.
Does that hurt, Dee Dee?
He's too far gone to note, but you
But
know it's
Alva's mind is still connected to it.
yes. Which, speaking of which, I think a third willpower roll is appropriate at this point
Oh God.
because because the worm is the flesh is so worm infested that just by cutting
Hmm.
it open, for one thing, one of the worms got slightly cut, which means that it's that's one is pain, but it started dangling out of the arm and it's just like flailing in the air now.
It's not a botch, but it's definitely a fail.
Yeah, so that's you can't like all of the like selfless thoughts are now
Hmm.
like they're just gone, consumed by 30 tiny minds all screaming to eat and reproduce, just going on. It's like an echo chamber in there.
Jesus. I'm trying to think on how to.
Respond to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfectly reasonable. You can just think about that for a second or two if you want to.
Hmm.
Well, in the meantime, Adriana is letting the flesh, like the blood, drip in, and she's going to start ripping out a few of the worms. I'm not going to make you roll a fourth time yet, so
I mean, Ava does have the soft-hearted flaw. I might need to point that out at this point.
well, yeah, but you know that it's to save DD. But the ritual is I mean, there are tiny worm babies being thrown into a boiling cauldron, a bubbling cauldron, especially worm babies that you have your mind connected to, and
Yeah.
you're very inspired by right now, because
Hmm.
they're totally onto something about priorities in life.
I think I need to roll willpower.
Yes, I can't look at your sheet for some reason because my
Okay.
computer, my Google Chrome is weird sometimes,
Hmm.
so I can't look at the mechanics of it, but I can look at M20.
Oh, I can
I
I
can
can
look
read you the mechanics.
give me a second. I think I know where it is, but
Hmm. Yeah, it's willpower roll diff 8. When confronted with someone else's physical or emotional pain, make a willpower
yeah,
roll of
this is
8.
double up. Yeah.
Yep. And that's a fail. It's not a botch, it's a fail, unless it was higher as diff 8. That's up to you.
If you no, it's the fate. Like being drunk doesn't make you more or less soft-hearted. If you fail, your character either withdraws from the situation, or possibly, if his belief faith paradigm or the maker demands action, does something reckless in order to prevent further suffering. Uh, does she leave?
um, you know what? I'm just gonna roll a d2. One, she leaves. Two, she doesn't.
Okay,
She leaves.
she leaves. So she runs for it.
Mm-hmm.
She go? Does she go to a room?
Um, does she still have the urge to eat and have sex?
Yeah.
Then she's probably gonna run to the kitchen first
Yay, kitchen!
and grab whatever she can, and then run to her room.
So she's just gonna start munching down. But
Yeah.
here's the thing about mind connections. They're not as distant, related, as seeing things. You
Mm-hmm.
get to experience this because some of the worms that are thrown into the cauldron, they didn't die. They're
Uh
still
huh.
alive.
Uh huh.
You feel their bodies, like some of the worms are actually ripping themselves apart trying to duplicate. So the reproduction thing is a thing that we can't eat, and
Mm-hmm.
like some of the worms actually start eating each other. But anyway, eventually, like 12 worms are ripped out of Dee body, thrown into the cauldron, and you can like they feel as their own bodies are turned into flesh, like different flesh, and being slowly transmuted from life into, Dee flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So eventually, as they start trying to rip themselves apart and eat each other and reproduce in general, that's boom. The eventually you're just flesh, and those lives are extinguished, and you feel each mind just die. Part of your identity, because they're closely interconnected to your mind and have a lot of influence.
Oh boy.
You can just feel parts of your own identity just slip away, dying. Identical worm minds for the most part, as you can feel, almost like clones dying, which I mean, you're not familiar with at all. That doesn't wake up any memories.
I mean, the clones weren't connected to her minds,
But, you know,
but yeah. Oh God.
but yeah, you could feel those, and even in the last moments, the only thing that we're thinking about was eating and reproducing. So that's something, you
Uh,
know. They died as they lived, except that
this is
they
not
didn't live.
at all crazy. Like, oh my God.
So what does Ava do about all of this?
Um, I was gonna say if she runs away, she might try and break the mind link, but I also have a fear. I'm wondering if she's still like really fully capable of that, being drunk and overwhelmed by fucked up emotions.
That is a very good question. Do you think that she has enough conscious thought, like self control, to end the mind link, or is she forced to stay by all the bad memories, the constant horniness and hunger, and the very weird feelings about losing your own arm and hearing it scream, so to speak, as it died?
I don't know. Willpower roll?
Yes, I would say Diff 9 again, because this is a lot. And you're
Yeah.
still drunk, which means that your will isn't exactly the strongest.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can just roll again.
Okay, here we go again. No, that's a fail.
Yeah. No, I mean the only thing you can like really think about, like you don't think about like breaking the mind connection, but you really just want to act on these feelings in some way. Because that's
Um, I I mean,
yeah,
she's already doing the food thing, and I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I don't know about the
Yeah,
other.
I'm not saying what you have to do. Like, there's loads of feelings involved here, but it's not
Mhm.
like, yeah, because I mean, you've failed several willpower rolls since you
Oh
failed
yeah.
to assist the
Mhm.
call of the worms, so to speak.
Mhm. Yeah, I think this is just gonna end with the Ava kind of curled up in a ball, trying to put chocolate in her mouth and
Yeah,
crying.
that I think that's a very nice ending. But there is a shimmer of light in all of this because you can feel the other worms being much more gently taken out of Dee Dee's body and pushed into the flesh, and they dig themselves into the cauldron filled with weird hive flesh and just start burrowing and eating there. And soon they're getting much more at rest since there's more flesh to go on.
Hmm.
And you can feel all of them have now left Dee Dee's flesh. And
Cool.
no new ones are regrowing immediately out of it or splitting off. So he's finally worm free.
Well, that's something. By the way, I might need to point out that I do also have the strangeness flaw.
What does this flaw do? Because
Mm, I will put it in the side chat because it's a lot to.
is it the one that lets your magic just randomly interacts with things?
Yeah, sort of.
I will just look at it. Give me a second. I have Book of Secrets open. I mean, your character has a lot of flaws.
Yes, I know. But there are not too many, and I don't have the vanilla flaw anymore. Like that one's bought off.
What? Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Uh, you roll Arity for me. Difficulty 6.
There's a 10.
There is a 10. So I mean, you succeed. Well, your mind is suddenly going to start playing tricks on you because it's almost like you can like you know that you can just see all of these like it's almost like worm angels just flying all around you, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the 12 worms you felt like 12 of them just floating. It's an illusion. They're just floating around, and you can see like all of those Simons they could have been. And it's a weird, strange manifestation of your fucked up emotions at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's something.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of curled up in a ball, so I don't really think she's
Yeah,
gonna look up. So
yeah.
it's just gonna look weird.
But here's the thing: wherever her ball head is, like even if she closes her eyes, she's gonna see them. Now they're
Uh,
tiny angel wings now, and they're flying up.
yeah, I was just thinking that she's going mad now. Like this is
Yeah,
definitely the end. She's going mad.
she's going. Yep. So I think with that we can call an end to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I think we could take the player for player and thanking watchers for watching and see everyone around later.